Dolphins fans, welcome in to Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. We are just a few days away from the playoff game against the Buffalo Bills, first playoff game in 6 days. We're going to talk about the injury reports later on today's show. We're going to start today's show, though, talking about the latest Dolphins rumors, and there is a big rumor to discuss on today's show, which is why you should subscribe. We have Dolphins news. We have Dolphins rumors each and every single day, and let's hope the Dolphins season goes past Sunday. But if it ends, you got to know we're going to be getting you a lot of off-season content as well, draft content, free agent content, all of the above. Well, speaking of free agent content, there's a pretty big-name quarterback that hits free agency, and that is Tom Brady. Here we go again. The Brady to Miami rumors are starting to circulate. And this is just not a random guy throwing this at a wall. It's Mike Florio of ProFootballTalk saying that Tom Brady to Miami this offseason is, quote, on the table. Here is what he is reporting. Could he once again be in play for Miami? As one source with general knowledge of the various dynamics regarding all things Brady, a source who firmly believed Brady could land with the Dolphins back in 2020, put it recently, the possibility is, quote, definitely on the table. It becomes a strange tension point between player and team. Tua, who has played very well this year, when he has played, will likely want to keep playing. The fact that he will have gone 3 weeks without playing following his latest concussion shows how delicate the question will be in the coming months. It also suggests the organization possibly has decided that Tua's time in South Florida has ended. That coming from Mike Florio. He also said this: Miami may be ready to move on from being the focal point for a national concussions in football debate that had largely subsided before Tagovailoa's issues in 2022. Whether it's Brady or someone else, the quarterback situation in Miami has become one of the biggest stories to watch in the 2023 offseason. So, season's not even over yet, and you're starting to hear the Brady to Miami rumors again. Of course, those rumors were very loud last offseason, and we come to find out it wasn't fake news. I mean, they had a deal on the table potentially, but it fell apart after the Brian Flores lawsuit. They were going to bring Brady in as the quarterback and then Sean Payton in as the head coach. Now, Tom Brady is set to be a free agent, so you wouldn't have to trade for him, and he's likely not going back to Tampa Bay. That would be shocking if he returned to Tampa Bay. And Tua's injury history might force Miami to look at options at quarterback. Like it or not, that I really don't like it, to be honest, but get ready for the chatter with Brady to Miami. Now, here is why I don't want it to happen, because Tom Brady would be a one-year rental. I think that this upcoming season will probably be the last of his NFL career. He's, 45 years old? I don't see him playing past that. I guess he could if he wanted to, but it's very possible that this upcoming season, will be the last of TB12's career. So you're probably getting a 1 or 2 year rental with Tom Brady, while Tua Tagovailoa still has franchise quarterback potential. He led the NFL this year with a 105.5 quarterback rating. That was much higher than Brady's. He won 8 of his 13 starts. Brady went 8-9 with the Bucs this year. Brady's first losing season, I believe. Yards per game numbers very similar. Even though Brady played more game, they threw the same number of touchdowns. Tua threw one less interception. Tua this year had the better season. That is just a fact. Now, pick a QB. Who would you rather have as the Dolphins quarterback next season? Type 1 for Tua Tagovailoa. I'm typing 1. Or type 12 for Tom Brady. Let me know down in the comment section. Pick a quarterback. Do you want Tua or Tom Brady to be under center for the Dolphins in 2023, and it does appear that Miami could once again be in the Brady sweepstakes. Here's my take. Tua Tagovailoa has earned the job next year. If you go into next year and he has more injury concerns, he misses more time, and he struggles, then okay, maybe you evaluate the quarterback position in 2024. You should not be doing that this year. Tua had an unbelievable season. He finally played to his potential. Mike McDaniel is in the process of making this guy a superstar. I understand the durability concerns. I understand the concussion concerns. I understand the availability concerns of Tua. But if he's healthy, it's a big if, and if he wants to play, that's another big if, then he should be back as the Dolphins starting quarterback next year. If Tua comes out and says, I'm done, I'm retiring, then we can have a different conversation. Brady would be very much at the top of my list for quarterback options next year. But it doesn't matter what we think. It only matters what Stephen Ross thinks. He is head honcho. He is the guy making the calls here in Miami. If he wants to bring Tom Brady to Miami, which he did last year, so much so that we lost a first-round pick for tampering, then Stephen Ross might make a play at Tom Brady again. I would not be surprised, not to mention Bruce Beal, who's second in command. He's like besties with Tom Brady. So I could see that happening for that reason. Here are my top 5 Tom Brady destinations ranked in terms of probability. I think he's going to Las Vegas. The opportunity to reunite with Josh McDaniels is something he's going to be interested in. Derek Carr bid his farewell to the Raiders today. I expect him to go to Las Vegas. I think there's going to be a lot of mutual interest there. Maybe, though, he'll want to go back home to play for the San Francisco 49ers. I could certainly see that happening, but the 49ers are in a position where they have 3 fairly solid options on their roster right now. Who could be the quarterback next year? They'll probably have a QB competition between Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, one that Purdy would probably win. And then the Miami Dolphins come in at number 3 as the most likely landing spot. I don't think it's likely, but it's the third most likely free agency destination. I think there's a slight chance he returns to the Bucs, only if they make a deep playoff run. Let's say they make the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game. He might want to run it back in Tampa Bay, finish his career there. He's comfortable there. He loves living in Tampa. And then the Tennessee Titans come in at number 5. I think they'll probably go after Aaron Rodgers first, but with Mike Vrabel also having New England ties, I don't think that's a bad landing spot for Brady. But the Dolphins, number 3, they're going to be in the conversation here when you're talking about TB12 rumors. But I would not bet on Brady to Miami. I expect and hope that Tua is back as the starter next year. Speaking of bets, you can go place your bets for all these playoff games at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Dolphins125. That is for a 125% deposit bonus. That means if you put $100 into your account, you are going to start with $225. It's a great deal. Go and take advantage of it. Here are the odds for this weekend. Yesterday morning, the Bills were just a 9-point favorite. Then it comes out that Tua Tagovailoa is not going to play. The spread is all the way up to 14 points, the total at 43.5. So if you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, I think the Dolphins are going to cover, go and bet on this game. It's at 1 o'clock on Sunday in Orchard Park, New York. The Dolphins are a 14-point underdog, and we've seen that spread continue to go. It might get up to 15 or 16 by kick. We'll have to wait and see. And the Dolphins injury report is a lengthy one. Now, we're filming this during Thursday. Dolphins Live, so we have not received Thursday's injury report yet. So this is from Wednesday. Teron Armstead did not participate because of various injuries. At this point, I would be very surprised if he played. Bradley Chubb also did not participate. Neither did Eichenberg, Kendall Lamb, Melvin Ingram, who's not injury-related. It was vet rest. Raheem Mostert, Brandon Shell, and Tua. 8 names that did not participate. That's the most I've seen all year with the Miami Dolphins. Not to mention a couple offensive linemen there. Armstead, Eichenberg, Lamb, Shell, all did not participate. Here are the guys who were limited. It's looking like Teddy might actually be active. He's not going to start, probably won't play, but he might be active as Skyler's backup. He was limited. He's dealing with both a knee and a finger issue. Alec Ingold was limited with the thumb. I expect him to play. Jalen Phillips limited, as well as Waddle and Cedric Wilson. Jeff Wilson limited as well. He's sick, so the Dolphins running back room has a lot of question marks, obviously. Raheem Mostert, he has not been ruled out yet, but he has a severely broken thumb, so we'll see what happens there. Kader Coe, who is a full participant, as well as Greg Little. That's good to see. And a healthy offensive lineman, a full participant. And then Skylar Thompson. We heard Coach McDaniel say the other day that Thompson was a little bit banged up, but he was a full participant in Wednesday's practice. The Bills' injury report, not as lengthy. Jordan Phillips did not participate, neither did Jordan Poyer. Roger Stelford. Isaiah McKenzie was limited, and he's a Dolphins killer, so not looking forward to facing him. Cam Lewis and Josh Allen were full participants. More Bills injury news. Micah Hyde and Jamison Crowder both returned to practice. Sean McDermott says their 21-day windows have opened. So they've returned. It's looking like both those guys might play on Sunday against the Dolphins. Micah Hyde is a great player, so is Crowder. So that'd be big for the Bills to have them back. Let's go back to the Dolphins here for a second, though. Is Teron Armstead going to play? That's the second biggest question we had coming into this week. The first was Tua playing. That's not going to happen. But is the Dolphins starting left tackle going to play? McDaniel said in his press conference on Wednesday that Armstead feels frustration and he's uncertain if he's going to play again this year. So it does not sound good about Sunday. It does not sound like Teron Armstead is going to play. And Teron Armstead is an incredibly valuable member of this Dolphins team. Whenever he's not out there, he is the leader of that offensive line. He's the captain of that offensive line. Whenever he's not out there, it feels like the offensive line really, really struggles. He makes the players around him on that offensive line better. It's going to be a big loss for the Dolphins. I think he's the second most valuable player on this football team, only behind Uno. Is he the second most valuable player on the Fins? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. Go down, let me know what you think. It was really interesting because Teron Armstead, when addressing the media yesterday, said that he almost opted to have season-ending toe surgery after week one. He didn't. Very happy he played. The Dolphins would not have made the playoffs if he would have been out the whole year. But it's just one of the many injuries we've seen from the Dolphins this year. Taking a look at the various injuries this season, Tua Tagovailoa had 2 concussions at least. Teron Armstead, various injuries, including the toe. Austin Jackson, he's been on IR 2 separate times with an ankle. Looks like his season's over. Trey Flowers was really excited to get him midseason, but then he hurts his foot. He gets on IR. He's probably not coming back. Byron Jones has been missing all year. Nick Needham towards Achilles, out for the year. Sherrill Williams tore an ACL in the preseason. He was going to be a starting corner this year for the Dolphins. He's out for the year. Raheem Mostert with a thumb. He might be out the postseason. We don't know yet. Brandon Jones out for the year, torn ACL. Emmanuel Ogbah torn triceps. And that's really the theme of this year. It's been an injury-ridden Dolphins team. And it's been a shame because there's so much talent in this Dolphins team. I think if they were mostly healthy, this would have been a legit Super Bowl contender in Miami this season. Guys, we're going to have you covered in the days leading up to the postseason. More videos coming out. Subscribe to the channel and be sure to join us on Sunday. We're going live 45 minutes before kick for that Bills game.